Salah officially leaves, the club has already signed a replacement, and Steven Gerrard returns to Anfield? Manchester City makes an official offer for Frenkie de Jong. Real Madrid prepares a transfer for 150 million. All of this and more in today's episode. Let us start our broadcast with the main drama of the Premier League round. Liverpool is losing points again, and this time it looks like a death sentence for Arne Slot. In the match against Leeds United, the Reds led the score, controlled the game, but fell apart again, and Leeds snatched a 3-3 draw in the final seconds. The result is terrible. Liverpool is in 8th place and is already 10 points behind the leader. But the real drama unfolded after the final whistle. Mohamed Salah, left on the bench for the second time in a row, remained on the pitch to applaud the fans. It did not look like an apology for the draw, it looked like a goodbye to Anfield. Immediately after that, he went to the press and effectively burned all bridges. The Egyptian gave a candid interview. "It is unacceptable for me. I thought I would finish my career here, but now everything is not going according to plan. The next step? Talk to Arne again? No, I think not. We talked a lot. There is no relationship between us anymore. Once it was very good, and now, suddenly, it is gone. I will be at Anfield to say goodbye to the fans and go to the Africa Cup." These words sound like an open goodbye. And it is interesting that exactly now, Al Ittihad appears on the horizon. Saudi clubs have already contacted Liverpool and are preparing an offer. And here, an interesting question arises. Why exactly now? Do you think Mo's agents are not talking to them? It looks like Salah realized he no longer has the motivation, strength, and desire to die on the pitch in every Premier League match. Perhaps he is forcing this transfer himself. He wants Liverpool to sell him cheaper to get rid of the toxic atmosphere. And in Saudi Arabia, he will have a fantastic salary, much lower intensity, and he will remain the main superstar of the Arab world. And one more thing, Salah wants to play constantly in the starting lineup, but let us face the truth. This season his efficiency on the pitch is, to put it mildly, minimal. My opinion is simple. You cannot play constantly based on old merits. This is not veteran football. This is the Premier League. Here you need to prove your form in every match. If the motivation is gone, then why torture yourself and the team? And it seems the club management thinks the same way. Liverpool has already acted. As reported by Express, the club has already identified the ideal replacement for Mohamed Salah, as they are preparing to lose the Egyptian in January. The chosen one is Antoine Semenyo. He has a release clause, £60 million plus £5 million in bonuses, and here is a huge strategic advantage. Semenyo is not going to the Africa Cup because Ghana did not qualify. That is, while Salah leaves for the tournament and likely will not return, Semenyo will be available immediately and will be able to play all winter. But let us return to the chaos in the dressing room. One thing is clear for sure, Arne Slot has lost control not only over Salah but over the entire team. And we have shocking confirmation of this. As James Wathland reports, the captain has joined the rebellion. Virgil van Dijk and other key figures in the dressing room have taken Mo Salah's side. Insiders claim the team leaders want Arne Slot sacked. This is no longer just a coach versus star conflict, this is a real coup d'etat. When the captain and the top scorer go against you, you are already fired. You just do not know it yet. The club management is cornered. Ignoring the opinion of Van Dijk and Salah is impossible. And here, information appears more and more often that the legendary Steven Gerrard could become the temporary savior. Captain Fantastic is currently out of work after leaving Al Ettifaq, and he is the figure this dressing room will listen to. It seems the Slot era is over, and chaos reigns at Anfield. And it seems that Salah has already made his choice. He said goodbye to the fans. Now it is the club's turn. Either accept his decision or lose control completely. Let us move on to news from Catalonia, where Barcelona is making plans for years ahead, and they started by rejecting an attack from England. As reported by El Nacional, Manchester City made an official offer for the transfer of Frenkie de Jong. The citizens offered €70 million. But Barca's reaction was lightning fast, a categorical no. Frenkie himself also informed the management that he is not going anywhere in the winter. Despite the difficult situation in the Champions League, things are going great in La Liga, and de Jong sees himself as a key part of the project until 2029. But if everything is clear with the midfield, then there is trouble with the attack. Robert Lewandowski's contract ends already in 2025, and the Pole seems likely to leave the club. Who will replace him? The dream of Julian Alvarez from Atletico is falling apart before our eyes. Barca bosses are disappointed with his performance in the head-to-head match and believe that €100 million is too expensive. Therefore, the focus has shifted to a sensational candidate. This is Carlos Eta Iyong from Levante. The Cameroonian is only 22 years old, costs only $20 million, and has already scored 6 goals this season. Barcelona is ready to bet on budget youth instead of an expensive star. And finally, an inside scoop on Rafinha. The Brazilian is on fire right now, but Saudi clubs are not giving up attempts to take him. According to Catalunya Radio, a tricky clause appeared in his contract. From 2026, Rafinha will be able to accept a lucrative offer without obstacles if he wants to leave. Barca will not keep him by force, but for now, he is focused on trophies in Catalonia. The next stop is the story of Marcus Rashford. The Englishman, who fled from problems at Manchester United, is having a simply convincing season on loan at Barcelona. The statistics speak for themselves: 6 goals and 9 assists in La Liga. The Catalans have an option to buy the player for €35 million. It would seem. Should they take it? But not everything is so simple. The financial difficulties of the Blaugrana have not disappeared anywhere. Moreover, Football Insider adds a fly in the ointment. Doubts arose in Barca's management not only because of the price, but also because of Rashford's huge salary and his weak work off the ball. Competitors are ready to instantly take advantage of this uncertainty. As reported by Court Offside, Tottenham has burst into the race. The head coach of the Londoners, Thomas Frank, is personally interested in the transfer. He considers Rashford an ideal element of his system, valuing his speed and versatility. If Barca does not find the money, the Spurs are ready to return Marcus to the Premier League. But the loudest news came from France. PSG is preparing an offer that could leave Manchester United speechless. The Parisians are considering the option of a loud swap. The scheme is as follows. Marcus Rashford goes to conquer Paris, and in the opposite direction, to Old Trafford, goes the 23-year-old star of the French national team Bradley Barcola. Considering that Ruben Amorim at Manchester United does not count on Rashford, such an exchange could become the deal of the year. So, Marcus has 3 paths: stay in Spain, become the leader of Tottenham, or become part of a mega-swap with PSG. Meanwhile, Real Madrid continues the search for a midfielder capable of filling the void after Toni Kroos's retirement. The Madrid club lacks a player who can combine creativity, tempo control, and balance between defense and attack. That is why the Los Blancos gaze is increasingly directed towards Paris. According to Fichajes, Joao Neves has been added to the list of potential targets for Real. The 21-year-old Portuguese midfielder is having a brilliant season with PSG, instantly attracting the attention of Madrid's management. He moved to Paris in August 2024 from Benfica. The transfer then cost the French almost €66 million. Luring Neves away will not be easy. His contract with PSG is valid until 2029, which gives the Parisian club strong negotiating positions. However, the source notes, Real is ready to offer about €150 million, an amount that could force PSG to think. Neves has long been in Madrid's sights thanks to his versatility, work rate, and ability to control the game from deep. At Real, he is seen as a potential leader of the midfield for the coming years if the club manages to pull off one of the most expensive transfers next summer. Cesc Fabregas continues to build a reputation as one of the most promising coaches in Europe. After a brilliant career as a football player, the 38-year-old specialist is revealing himself in the role of a mentor and, according to Corriere della Sera, may be open to a move, but the list of clubs for which he is ready to leave Como consists of only 2 positions. Last summer, Fabregas rejected offers from Inter and Bayern, choosing to continue working at Como, and he did not lose. The team under his leadership became one of the sensations of Serie A. They finished their debut season after promotion to the elite in 10th place, and now they are fighting for European Cups. Such results did not go unnoticed. The media repeatedly mentioned Fabregas as a potential successor to Hansi Flick at Barcelona or Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. And it is these two clubs that are on the list that interest the Spaniard himself. According to the source, Fabregas is ready to consider leaving Como only if Barcelona or Manchester City turn to him. In all other cases, he does not plan to leave the project he is building in Italy. He is linked to the Catalan club by his past as a player, and to City by his long collaboration with Guardiola during his Barca days. Sky Sport Germany reports that Borussia Dortmund centre-back Nico Schlotterbeck could change clubs in the near future. The 26-year-old German defender is approaching the last 18 months of his contract, and his agents are already actively probing the ground, checking which top European clubs are ready to make a move. According to the source, the footballer himself is most interested in two directions: Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Both clubs are looking for reinforcements in defense. The Munich team strives to rejuvenate the defensive line after injury problems, and the Madrid team is considering options for the future, preparing for possible rotation in the center of defense. Schlotterbeck has long been considered one of the most promising German defenders. His strengths are reading the game, confidence in duels, and the ability to start attacks from deep. It is these qualities that make him attractive to clubs that strive to combine defensive reliability with a modern style of play. Calciomercato reports that Juventus remains confident in reaching an agreement with Kenan Yildiz regarding a new contract. The 20-year-old Turkish talent has already become an important part of the Turin project, and the club strives to secure his future to avoid interest from other European giants. In parallel, in Spain, Real Madrid is preparing for talks with Antonio Rudiger. As reported by Fabrizio Romano, in the coming months, the parties will discuss his future. The German defender is a leader in the dressing room and a key figure in the team, and Madrid wants to understand if he will continue his career at the Santiago Bernabeu. So, two top European clubs are solving strategic issues. Juventus strives to keep a young talent hunted by top clubs, and Real to keep an experienced defense leader. This shows different approaches to the future. The Turin team builds for perspective, the Madrid team for stability. And in conclusion, again about Liverpool, because a serious defense restructuring is brewing at Anfield. Football Insider shocked fans. Liverpool is ready to accept an offer of just £15 million for Ibrahima Konate as early as January. For a defender of this level, this amount looks ridiculous, but the signal is obvious. Liverpool is preparing a place for a new player. And here Mark Guehi appears on the horizon. The Crystal Palace defender is finishing his contract with the club this summer, and the Eagles are forced to consider selling him so as not to lose the player for free. The footballer himself commented for the first time on the collapse of his transfer to Liverpool last summer. In an interview with Sky Sports, he stated, "I think everyone got the impression that it was difficult. In fact, not difficult at all. When you are focused on the most important thing, everything becomes easy." Despite the collapse of the deal last summer, the Reds' interest in Guehi has not disappeared. Now, when Palace is ready to sell him due to the expiration of the contract, the topic of moving to Anfield looks more real than ever. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Keep watching for more football action, and have a wonderful day.